So welcome to this webinar. In this webinar, I'm going to show you the basic operating for our tool Shield. So I'm not going to show you the functions. So in this webinar is only the really operating in Shield. So how you can use the filters, how you can configure the result tables, how you can configure the data, and so on. So let's get started with the so-called table configuration. In Shield, you will find many result tables like this in the research keyword function. Let me remove this one. And of course, you have the opportunity to configure them or to customize them. The first thing I want to show you is the size of the pages. So you have the opportunity to choose between 10, 20, 50, or 100 results per page. I think that's basically really self-explaining. Just click on 10, so you have 10 results per page, or click on 100 to have 100 results per page. Next to it, we have a refresh button. If you click on this, the result table is going to be refreshed, not the whole website, but only the result table you have here. Let's click here again to have the better view. The next one, we have this symbol here. It's called modify columns. If you click on it and click on modify columns, another page will be opened in the tool. On the left side, you have the opportunity to hide the columns. So if you say you don't want to see the column merchants or price, reviewers, or brands and other columns, you can uncheck them so they're not going to be displayed in the result table after you applied these changes. If you want to know which KPI or which data you are going to unshown, you can also move your mouse to the name of the column and you will get a mouse over information what data you just unchecked. But there are also some columns like the keyword column. You cannot uncheck this because we are in the keyword research function. It would be not so good to deactivate or uncheck the keyword column. On the right side, you have two rows, the frozen columns and the columns. Basically, the frozen columns is the same as in an Excel sheet. Like you see here, these columns are frozen. You can see this by this line here, by this gray line here. If I move to the right, these columns are stayed in the position, so they're fixed. They're not going to move with it. So yeah, you have the opportunity to also change the order of the columns. So you can say, I want this column SBA to be on the top. So on the left, on the top left of the result table, just move it with drag and drop. And then this column would be shown in the first, at the first column as at the first normal column. But you can also say, I want this column to be a frozen column, so just move it in this row to the frozen columns, and I want this to be as a second frozen column. And at this point, you have really many options to customize the result table. After you've done that, you can also save this set. You just give it a name, like I would say, let's give it a name 1, 2, 3. I'm going to save this, and you're going to recognize that the column SBA we have right here is going to be displayed as a frozen column, as a second frozen column, like you see here, just like we just make the option here in the modify columns. Like you see here, your saved columns or your saved sets are going to display it right here. You also have the opportunity to delete these by clicking on this bin symbol. I'm going to do that. After you click on this, you see the set is gone. But you also have the opportunity to change the order of the columns in the result table itself. So just drag this column and move it where you want to have this column. And you can also make a normal column to a frozen column like here. But if you want to save these changes, you have to go to the modify columns and save the set right here. So you have two opportunities: do it like this and move the columns around, or if you want to do it like this, just drag these columns in the result tables and move them around like this. The next one, we have a symbol. You see like here, collapse table, like you see here. So the table is going to be collapsed. Or if you click in another time, you see the table is not going to be collapsed. So it's just like how you like it more, the collapsed version or the expand version. The next one is the Excel, the export to Excel file button. So if you click on this, you can export this, the first page as a Excel file, or you can add this to your clipboard. What does this mean? So if you do that, you added that data from the first page to your clipboard. And if you're going, you can also paste them in another Excel sheet, or like this, I just paste that in the Google search. So that's really useful if you have more pages and you don't want a file for every page. You just export it, so you can just add them to your clipboard and you know, paste that data into a Excel sheet, one Excel sheet. So you don't have like 5 Excel files. You have one Excel sheet, and you can just do it like copy and paste, move to the second page. Do this also like here, copy them and then paste them and so on. Yeah, that's basically it for the table configuration. The next thing I want to show you is the date configuration for the charts in Shield. So of course we also have like charts for specific things. Like here we have for the keyword pool on Amazon.de, we have the search volume chart right here. And of course you have the opportunity to change date. Just click on the date right here on the top right corner and just choose a date, let's say from the beginning of the year, the 1st January until today, and apply this. So I would get the data for this time period I just set over here. You can also do it like this. You can type in, I want to see it from this 1st February until today. So just change the month right here, apply this so you get the data for the month. Or it's just not like it's supposed to be. This one should be 6. Yes. I see your question. How long is it available in history? You can also, we have also like here, like you see here, this all-time button. So it go back until the 1st January. Like you see here, some data we have at the beginning. So we started the search volume at the January last year. Some data is like from 2016, some is from 2018. But if you want to know how long is it available, just click here on all time and you will see the first measure point, the first date when we have started to collect the data. Yeah, let's stay by the search volume. You can not only change the date, you can also change the parameters for the measure points. So you can say, I don't want a daily, I don't want to see the measure points for daily, so I want to see them for week. So just click on week. So we have this for a weekly. So you see, we don't have it for one day, we have it for 1 week. Or we can also say, show me that for a month. So you have this search volume for a month, March 2020, like you see here, or April 2020, and so on. Yeah, that's basically also that's it for the date configuration. But since I don't know if it was the last release, the new version release of Shield, or a release before that, you have the opportunity to add these charts you see right here to your dashboard. So you have them directly on the dashboard and you don't have to open the keyword over and over again. So just click on this symbol right here, this gear symbol right here, and you will find the option to add this to the dashboard. If you click on it, you have to confirm it first. And after you confirm it, you can click on dashboard. And now we should see this, yeah, like you see here, we should see the this chart over here. If you want to change the date of the charts of your dashboard, you have to click on here, right here, and you can set the date also in your dashboard, so you get the data for the time period you just set. But it's this time period is applied for every chart you add in your dashboard. So you can't do it like I want at a specific time period for this chart, and for the other chart I want another time period. You have to do it for all of them at once. Yeah, let's continue on the dashboard. You also have the opportunity to do some customization on your dashboard. Just click on Edit Dashboard like you see here. Then you're in this editing mode. In this mode, you have the opportunity to make this larger or smaller. You can also move these things around, like I want this on the top, I want to do this smaller, I want this on the bottom. And yeah, just a little bit of a customization in our tool. And if you want this chart to be removed from your dashboard, just click on this gear symbol again, click on Remove from Dashboard, remove it, save it, and you have just saved the changes. And this chart is going to be removed from your dashboard. Yeah, let's continue with the filters. So I don't know if you notice already, but in Shield we are tracking 6 different marketplaces right now. In every result table you will find a marketplace filter right here on the top left side. If you want to change the marketplace to get data from another marketplace, just click on it. And after you click on it, you can click on Add New, and then you see a drop-down menu. And at this drop-down menu, you can choose the marketplaces you want to see the data from. After you choose the marketplaces, of course, you can apply this whole filter. Like you see here, after I done it, I would see all the products we have in the monitoring for all these 6 marketplaces. If you want to remove the one marketplace, just click on this X button, and this marketplace is going to be removed. And if you click on Add Filter instead of on Apply Filter, the filter is just going to be added but not applied to the result table. To apply this filter right now, we have to click on this Apply button, and then the filter is applied to the result table, and we are only going to see products right now from Amazon.de. Yeah, this is how you change the marketplace. It's really simple, really basic. Now I'm going to show you some examples for the other filters we have in Shield. So let me change the marketplace to UK. When can we expect more markets? I can't really tell you if, so it is planned to add more marketplaces in Shield. Right now it's just these specific marketplaces we have. I can't really tell you a date. I'm sorry. Are these top selling products in the market? These are not the top selling products in the market. These are the most visible products in the market. So the products with a high visibility, which ranks to relevant keywords and stuff like that. Right. Yeah. Yeah, let's continue. So in Shield, we have 3 different types of filters. We have the text filters, the number filters, and the so-called true or false filters. And I'm going to show you how you can use them and how you can notice these filters. So I'm going to filter for the title right here. So I'm going to add a filter called title filter. And now I can search for a specific title. So let's say I'm going to look for Nintendo. In this case, the title filter is a so-called text filter. You can recognize the text filter by these operators. So a text filter have the operator contains, does not contains, equals, does not equal. Also, you can type in a value in this text filter, which is a normal text or number or something like a question mark or stuff like that. So you can type in a value really, yeah, like this, just type in, like I said, a text or a number or a question mark or stuff like that. And this is how you can recognize that this is a so-called text filter. So if I am applying this filter, you will see I will only get results, or I will only get products which have this word Nintendo in their title, like the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch Light Gray, and so on and so on. We have Minecraft, Nintendo Switch, specific games, of course, also a controller. And yeah, that's how it works. But you can have also the opportunity to add an OR linkage into a filter. So I can say I want to see products from Nintendo, Sony. I can also say Sony, or let's say Microsoft. So not in caps, Microsoft. So if I apply this filter right now, you see we set a filter which the title contains Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft. Xbox, yeah, or Xbox. And yeah, like you see, we have nearly 2.6 million products in our monitoring. But I'm also able to, you have also the opportunity to build a so-called AND linkage in Shield. What does I mean? What do I mean by that? I can add another title filter right here, and I can say I don't want to see any games or stuff like that. I specifically want to see controllers. So I can type in, I can add a new filter called title, where the value is controller. And if I apply this filter, you see this title filter has our own filter right here, and these filters are linked with an AND linkage. So I look for ASINs on Amazon.uk, and the title should contain Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft, and the title should contain the word controller. So I would get all the controllers. Like here, we have a USB cable. Maybe in the title there's also called controller, I think, cable for controller or stuff like that. But in this way, you can really do really nice queries in our tool with these OR and AND linkages. And yeah, but so now you know the difference between an OR and an AND linkage. So like I said, in a filter itself, you can do an OR linkage, and the filters are linked with an AND. Yeah, that's basically the text filters. So you have just for you again, the text filters have these operators right here. And now I'm going to add a price filter. So the price filter is a number filter. How do you recognize number filter? You can just type in numbers in the value fields. So no text or no question mark or stuff like that, just numbers. And they have different operators. They have these mathematical operators right here. So this is equal, greater than or equal, not equal, less than, or equal. So I could say I want to see, I want to see controllers which costs greater than or equal, let's say, $20. And the price should also be lesser than or equal, let's say, $50. Now let's see how many we have left. So yeah, nearly 3,600 ASINs left. And like you see here in the column price, I can also sort them. And you see the highest price is nearly $50, like we told like we just filtered, or the lowest price should be 20 or above, like here. And so you see that it worked. This is the so-called number filter. The last type of filter is the true or false filter. That's basically very easy to understand. So I'm going to show you that with the prime filter. So a true or false filter, you can set this filter to true if you put in a check mark by clicking one time, or you set this filter to false, or this information to false by clicking another time, so you have a gray box. So if I apply this, you see I set this information or this filter to prime false. So I will only get results, I will only get products where which are not available with prime. I can also do it the other way around. I can say, yes, show me the products which are available at with prime, and then I will get the products which are available as prime. Like you see here under the column prime, now they all have the prime badge right here. If I set this to false, this would be empty. Yes, after you've done all these filtering and stuff like that, of course, you also want to save these filters. So you don't have to do the same query every day. And that's why we have a symbol right here, which says save. If you click on it, you can give this a name, like I said, let's take 123, 123 again. Click on save and apply. So let's say you just saved your filter and the next day you want to do this query again. So you just go into Shield and go to the research products function, like in this case. And if you click on add filter, you will find all your saved filters right here. And ours was this 123, 123 one. So like you see, I click on the name once and I get the same query as I did like a few seconds ago. You also have the opportunity to edit the filter. Basically, you have the syntax of a filter. That's really helpful if you work as a team, because if you want to show a colleague of yours a specific query, you can take this query right here, copy this, and then, like I do it right now, I'm going to paste it in the chat. And you now you could just log into Shield, go to research products, and if you click on this edit symbol, you can just paste this code right over here, click on apply filter, and you will also get the same results or the same query, just like I did. So like I said, it's really helpful if you work in a bigger team, if you want to show your colleagues some queries and stuff like that. The last button right here is the reset button. This button just resets all the edit filters, but not the marketplace filter. So we just have the same, yeah. So we again have all the products on Amazon.uk. So that was also the saving and editing some filters. Let me check, we have this. Yeah, basically that's all the basics for the operating in Shield. There's nothing more, just 20 minutes of a webinar. Yeah, like you see, there's not so much things to know. You just have to try it out a little bit with all the filters you just made. And we also have another type of filter. Maybe I can show you this right now. So we also have the category filter. This works a little bit different than the other filters. So you just have to type in a text, let's say, I don't know if this, yeah, let's say baby. So you would see the main category we found in our tool would be baby products. So you have to click on it to add this main category over here. So this is also a different type of a filter, but I think we only have this for the main category and the subcategory, but for nothing more. Yeah. Like I said, basically, that's it. I hope you got the understanding for the tool or for the operating. I see you have a question, very nice. Could you please give an insight, analysis and portfolio? Yeah, we can do it right now. I'm just going to end the recording right here for our website. And because the theme of these webinar is basics for operating, So I'm going to end the recording for this right now.